Hello scrappers, today we're gonna do a pile of fans. Got 4 fans, a microwave, and then maybe 1 or 2 other things depending on how long this video takes. Anyway, so we'll see what kind of nonsense we can get into today. Sorry it's been so long since I did a video, but I won't go into it. Anyway, let's just get into this. Do a little preliminary work on a couple of these things just to make it a little bit easier. I found all these fans in like just a couple of days. And then I was like, well, I might as well do a little video. It never fails. I always forget this fuse back here for some reason. Yeah, this fan's pretty nasty. Look at that. Ugh. Here, I'll quickly get some of this off. That's a heck of a lot better. I usually find I just run it through the grass and it kind of, takes care of itself. So anyway, we'll got a couple screws here. I have, let's see if I can get this wire cutters. Oh, there's some steel. Steel's over there. I'll go put all this stuff away when we're done here. Oh, okay, maybe we won't be doing that. Anyway, I got that. What a waste. I got a tote over here, a couple totes laying around here for different things. Found these pliers are kind of rusty, but they appear to work, so why not use them? Or not. Well, I'll try these. That doesn't help. My right arm's not the best. Ooh, maybe I magically picked the right one. Oh. Yeah, prices, well, still it's kind of about the same in my area, but everything else is up a little bit. I'll do a little video in the next day or two showing I took in a bunch of stuff. I didn't do a very good job of, there we go, making videos on it, but my church gave me 2 big AC units off the roof, and I haven't gotten all the copper because I ran out of time to take all the noodles off, so I kept them separate. But I thought the radiators would be, I don't know. For some reason I had in my head, I took them in a couple of years ago. I took in a handful, and I only got like 50 cents a pound or something for them. So I wasn't thinking they would be worth much of anything. There was 140 pounds or something like that. I don't remember, but they were worth $2 or just like $2.09 a pound for those radiators, which was just amazing. And I have some noodles to do still. I don't know, I might make a video trying to fiddle with that stuff. But they're like really hard to, the noodles are really hard to get off for some reason, and I had to get help with getting them, you know, cutting the ends off the radiator so I could get the best price. Anyway, because of that, I didn't have time the day we took them in to process everything. And so I have a lot of work to still do. Why is this so? But I'm hoping with all the shenanigans going on in the world. There's a couple bearings. And I'm gonna drop this in the trash. I don't think I've ever had bearings fall out of one of these before. Huh. Oh, and I have this little trash thing I keep most of my wire in. And I was like, okay, it's finally full. Finally, when I take it in, it's going to be 100 pounds. Still only 86 pounds of wire. Couldn't win for losing. Alright, I got totes laying around here where I put my stuff in, so that's what I'm stepping away for. Anyway, got some of that. Black wire. It takes a lot of wire to get 100 pounds. I mean, I had a couple months. I got a motor. It's kind of dirty. But still only had 86 pounds of wire. And it was, I can't remember if it was either $1.09 or $1.07 a pound, which is kind of sad because before that, there was a day where the prices just dropped. I mean, wire prices went down to 50 cents a pound or something like that. Now they're up to over $1 again, but that was kind of crazy. I had a printer found the other day. Kind of made a mess on this board. It's actually, well, I got the board out of it. It's a nice little board. But anyway. Yeah, the two big AC units was like pretty awesome. They weren't that terrible to disassemble. It's not as terrible as I thought they were going to be. Start on my next. Now let's have to make the next thing of wire overflowing. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm an idiot. It doesn't have a battery in it. But to be fair, I didn't really look. One of these I might not tear apart right now because It's pretty dirty. I think I might actually wash it off before I actually clean it. And the thing, I'll have to hammer this. Anyway. Doing this, I found a refrigerator down the street from my house, and it had already been, the sealed unit had already been broken into, or I think they accidentally cut the line, so I actually was able to take the sealed unit off. But anyway, I'll post a picture in the whatever they call it, the post section. I actually had a dumpster dropped off. I'm sure every town does, but at least one of the scrapyards in our local area will drop off a dumpster. It's free of charge. In fact, obviously they pay you for the metal that's in it. They like it if it's, the more the merrier, because they want to be, since they're not charging you for the service, they want to be worth the time and everything, to send out. So I only had 2,800 pounds. I was a little disappointed. But I kind of was, I wasn't completely out of room to put stuff, but I had several appliances, I think it was 3, and the place where I store all my stuff, short term, was kind of, full, but it had, when the last time I took steel in, we were coming back from the scrapyard, and someone had lost this, I think it was a piece of railing, I believe, in the middle of the street, and it had already been run over at least once, and so me and my nephew stopped and picked it up, and it kind of was, I cut it in half still, but it was still just a total pain to do anything with, because it had been bent in a weird way, and it was really awkward. And it was kind of taking up more room than it should have had it been not bent. Let's see if I can. There we go. It looks like I'm sweeping up. Sweeping up my mess. Got the big trash can here from the one they're coming Thursday, so I got plenty. Might as well fill it up. Alright, we're going to go here. Alright, we'll go. I think some of these I could probably get the aluminum out of. Or not aluminum. Well, aluminum I could, because the housing on this one's aluminum, cast aluminum, but I don't know, maybe I should one of these motors. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know if it'd be worth doing though, because there's not a ton of, you can kind of see the copper in there. There's not a lot of it. I mean, you have to break the cast. It's kind of, because I don't have a press or anything. Anyway, and then this one's dirty. Yeah, the other two are really dirty, so I think we'll just. But this, oh, I got a big microwave. I'm assuming we'll have a giant transformer. And we will cut this. Cut no. I had to give up one of my side cutters or wire cutters. It wouldn't wouldn't cut any wire. It was kind of sad. That'd been the first one I ever bought. Anyway, so we got the regular screw. Suppose I'm gonna keep that one. Here, let me. I don't want to use this stand. Trying to. There we go. Can we see in there? Oh, we'll see how that works. Oops. Wow. Helps if you go the right way. Okay. All right, what do we got? We'll see if we can. How that looks. Anyway, I had 3 microwaves when I got that dumpster. So that was kind of nice. One of my field, I had these. They were brass. They had all this brass in them, but they were encased in this really hard plastic. And they were, I mean, I could have got them out, but it would have been like, maybe $8-9 with the, maybe $8 or $9 with the brass. And it probably would have been like 10 hours of work. So, it's one of those deals where it'd have been cool, but this microwave's pretty clean. Cool. Can I step just a little bit? Okay, cool. All right, pretty happy about that. So yeah, we'll just take the stuff out of here and just. That is. Yeah, we'll see about that later. All right. I know a lot of guys don't necessarily take all the wire and stuff out of the microwaves, but I got the time, so I might as well do it. I still haven't completed my goal of finishing or getting everything I have tore down because I keep finding new stuff, which is always a problem. Well, it's a good problem. All right, we'll get this transformer out of here. I gotta sweep up anyway. Any screws that fall on the ground, I gotta sweep them up. Got a magnet, of course. Man, this thing is heavy, of course. Man, that thing will drop that on your something, you're gonna be crying a lot. Okay, so put this. minor disaster here. Alright, well, let's wire the wire off of here. And I don't, place I take my wire, you don't really need to sort it too much. They kind of just give you flat. I mean, unless it's all just really crappy, they just count it as 40%. So I put all my, as long as it's not like something really cool, I just put it in the same. I don't have to sort it. So that saves me a lot of hassle. So that's cool. Oh yeah, let's see. Came open on me. Well, that's all right. See if we can. So I live on a. Well, it's technically, I guess, not a. I'll wait till this truck gets out here. So I live on a, it's not technically a dead end, but it tees into an alley. And the alley, to go either direction as you're, coming down, it goes down a little hill. And then to go in either direction, it's kind of it can be a sharp turn. Some days are sharper than others because people park right at the end of the thing. So this guy pulled up here to go down, I don't know, somewhere, and he had a really long trailer, probably like 16-foot trailer, and realized right away that he was not going to be able to go down that, or turn the corner when he got down there. So he had to back his trailer up like half a block, which it happens all the time. Probably at least once a day. The trash guys, depending on the driver, some of them don't care and I'll just go down and turn. Some of them will they'll back down to the bottom of the hill and pick up all the trash, and then kind of come back, and as I come back up the hill, they'll get the trash instead of getting it as they go down. Just depends on the driver. But anyway, let's see what other cool. Have I gotten some other cool scrap? I don't think so. Oh, I hadn't gotten a ceiling fan in, geez, probably, that's been months and months. And I finally got a couple. Of course, one of them I picked up only had steel blade thing, so that was kind of a dud, but I guess it's just anyway, they now the helicopter's gone over. Of course, the one day I kind of planned to make a video. Every loud vehicle and its brother's got to come flying over. whatever, it's fine. I have to, usually can't be at you, like in the evening on Mondays, my neighbor, they play in a band, and I don't know if they're, I don't want to mess with copyright issues just because I happen to be outside. When I'm making a video, and I don't even get to enjoy the music. Let's see. What's holding that in? Oh, I see. Let's see if I get this. Sometimes you get these boards out. Let's see. Huh. That one I can get. Which one? Oh, there we go. What's it hooking on? I can't. I'm turning up this. I'll worry about it later. Okay. This probably can't see. We'll push this out here. So keep this one. Yeah, I don't have the most strength in this hand, but I'll get her down. There we go. All right. We'll do this. This side off. All right, there we go. This. Pull this out. Maybe. There we go. Now, I normally maybe wouldn't, but it's 2 screws, and these boards are 40 cents a pound. Who knows? These e-boards that might be, they might be going up just because, they need more and more that stuff all the time. Anyway, let's see if we can get this deal. If I can be, do I feel strong? Come on, baby. There we go. And if this is actually copper, which a lot of times it is, usually it is, I'll probably take it off the spool later. And if it's not, then I'll just throw it in with the motors. So, oh yeah, that's definitely not copper. Wow, these things get cheaper by the year. I still wouldn't mind getting this board out. I don't know. Get my trusty. I think there's a thing right there that I can't. Well, I don't know what's holding it up. The screw. Oh, there is a screw right there. Wow. It's nice and hidden. Alright, here we go. It's actually kind of hard to see in there. It's between. See, it was right there in between all that stuff, so it's kind of hard to see. All right, cool. Anyway, so we'll see. Do I got? I was gonna see what it was gonna take to get. Maybe I'll take this. Take this capacitor out of here and get. Alright. So these, assuming it's, oh, yeah, it's definitely still sticking to that. Okay, there we go. Can't really tell. There. Yeah, I could get aluminum breakage for that, so I'll just take it since you know it's already apart. Anyway, I have some. I'm gonna post probably tomorrow. Post my sheets from actually just last Friday. I just haven't had, just whatever reason, stupidity, laziness, something. But I'm gonna. Anyway, I'll get that here in a minute. But anyway, I'll post because the payout with for the radiators. I took some copper and brass, a bunch of aluminum. Almost everything I had, and I got paid, a nice amount of money, so it was a good payday. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.